chair to sit over here, Lance. I got to have a chair out here.
Okay, there's a chair.
We're underway here.
Yeah,
Finally.
Davey, good.
Good grief. Jerry Bryant puts Farris on the mat. Boy, he took him straight down. Bryant and Coco standing watching, as we all were, the celebration. Farris. Oh, up in the air. Jerry Bryant picked him right up. Slammed him to the mat. There's Wayne Farris. He's to the corner, makes the tag on his partner, Larry Latham. They are the current holders of the AWA Southern Tag Team Championship belts, but this is not a title match. Bryant has Latham on the mat. Latham worried about something the crowd might be saying there. You better worry about Bryant. Bryant makes the tag, and here comes Coco. Coco Ware. Coco gets the best of that one. Puts him on the mat. And bars his left arm. Larry Latham back on his feet now. Backs to the corner. Gets the tag on Wayne Farris. Coco waiting for it. Look at Coco move. No, I didn't see any hair pulling, Danny. Didn't see any hair pulling. Sergeant Danny Davis seated in the corner. Farris with the headlock on Coco. Coco powering out of it. He doesn't. Referee was right there. Farris did not have the opportunity to keep him in that hole by one of his hair-pulling tactics or whatever. We've seen him do so many times. That's Bryant in there. Jerry Bryant against Wayne Farris. 2 minutes, 40 seconds gone. Reminder again, this is a one-fall, 20-minute time limit match. Farris gets the tag, and here is Larry Latham. His partner from Louisiana, Jerry Bryant, greets him. Latham took Bryant to the mat, but Bryant hangs on. Danny, I haven't seen any hair pulling yet. Referee Jerry Calhoun right there. Apparently he hasn't seen any hair pulling either because he has not issued any warning. He's been right on top of it. Over to the corner. Tag made on Coco Ware. Coco backs Latham into a corner. Whips him across the ring. Into the turnbuckle. Latham hits the mat. Coco covers. Poor referee Jerry Calhoun gets the count started, though. Latham is back up off. Broke the cover. Coco with another cover. Count of one. Coco around behind him with a reverse face lock. Latham out of the hole. Puts the hammer on Coco. Over to the corner. Tag made. Here is Farris. Ooh, Coco popped him with the right hand. Over to the corner. It tags Jerry Bryant. Coco puts Farris into the rope. Bryant waiting for him with that upper arm as he comes off of there. Count is 1, 2. 2 count, and Farris breaks out of it. We're very close to the 5-minute mark. Right now, 5 minutes gone in this match. Larry Latham in against Jerry Bryant. Oh, high in the air. Latham drove into the mat with a body slam. There's a little hair pulling Sergeant Davis, but it's being done by Latham. Pounding Jerry Bryant across the back. Farris in with a double forearm. Bryant's head into the top turnbuckle. Smacks him into Latham's knee over near corner. Tag made. Here's Latham coming back. There's a double team. Latham on the middle rope. He covers. Coco is right there to break it up before the count can start. Coco back out on the apron. Larry Latham against Jerry Bryant. Bryant up in the air. Backbreaker by Latham. There's a cover. One. Latham picks him up. But he got in the count of 3 or not. We'll never know because Latham would not go for the pin.
Bryant fighting his way back, Dave.
Bryant over to the corner. Did he get the tag? No, he missed it. Did not get the tag on Coco. There's Coco. He's waiting there in the corner for the tag. Bryant knew he needed to get there. Get Coco in. Just couldn't quite make it. Bryant, whoa, flip. Larry Latham picking him up by the hair. Latham tags Farris. Grabs Bryant. Kept him away from the tag, and again, Bryant unable to get to the corner to get the tag on his partner, Coco Ware. Farris and Latham with Bryant tied up back in their corner. Here's Coco in. He grabs Latham out on the apron. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get him back out on the apron. Sergeant Davis has just passed a belt or something in to Latham and Farris. They clothesline Bryant with it, and he's on the mat. Count is at 2, 3. That is it. 7 minutes, 35 seconds. And the win is going to go to the team of Latham and Farris. Again, the time on it, 7:35.
Perfect example of double teaming in there. No question about what Farris and Latham. Yeah, I saw what about it, too. Yeah.
That's the champions. That's how the champions work.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I know. I saw the champions.
Thousands of letters.
Over here.
Thousands of phone calls. Wanting more TV time for the champions.
Yeah.
We're the champions. We're going to have that TV time today, Lance Russell.
You got it. I gave you
Yes, look at the body on this man.
Just totally.
You look at it.
Would
We
you
want
take it
TV
on
time. We're going to have it. We're the champions.
You can
You
take
saw
the
what we
cake
did to
out
them
of here.
geeks up there, didn't you?
Okay.
You just
all
wait.
of you
Look at
just
the
get the
body on
cake
it.
and get it out of here and just take it
Give
right
him that $1 million grand, Larry.
Wayne, just take it on out of here.
See that? That ain't Conway Twitty. That's Larry Latham. You see that,
I'll
don't
tell you what we're going to do.
You ain't going to break yet. We want
can
TV
take a
time.
break. Take a
We're gonna
break
get
right
TV
now.
time.
Let's go.
Routine there. But Hart got him back to the ring, and this is going to be a scrap.
Yes, indeed. Championship match. Southern Tag titles on the line. One fall 60-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total of 455 pounds, the challengers with their manager Jimmy Hart. From Boston, Kevin Sullivan, and from Memphis, Tennessee, Wayne Farris. Going against them, total of 487 pounds. The current holders of the Southern Tag titles, the Dream Machine, and from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. This match, one fall, 60-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Crowd is some kind of buzzing in anticipation of this one here as Kevin Sullivan, the Boston and Farris across the way. The referee says, let's go, Dave. Championship is underway.
Oh, big backdrop by Bill Dundee and Wayne Farris. Gets out of the ring. Boy, he heads to the corner. A little conference with manager Jimmy Hart. Back up on the apron now through the rope. Kevin Sullivan in there. Sullivan fires Dundee into the rope. Shoulder butt by Bill Dundee. Sullivan hits the mat. Right hand by Sullivan. Dundee got out of the way of it and threw one of his own. shoulder butt by Sullivan. Dundee hits the mat. Sullivan ducks under. But he caught the drop kick by Bill Dundee. Dundee drop kicked him through the rope. And Hart helping him back into the ring. Sullivan makes the tag. Wayne Farris comes back in. Bill Dundee. Oh, wrapped up that right arm. Put a little twist on it. Farris grabbed his elbow. Farris drops Dundee down to the mat. Farris pulling hair, yanks Dundee down to the mat again. Dundee, right fist double, warned about it by the referee. Referee Jerry Calhoun makes Farris break the hold. Jimmy Hart, lower left corner of your screen here. See him standing up and screaming at the referee and anybody else. Dundee. Goes into the Boston Crab on Wayne Farris. Sullivan started in. Dundee broke the hold to deal with Sullivan. Ooh, upper arm by Dundee. He follows a cover on Farris. 1, 2. Wayne Farris breaks it at the count of 2. Kicked out of it. Dundee over to the corner. Here he comes. Dream Machine. Farris makes the tag. Here comes Kevin Sullivan back. Sullivan steps in with both fists doubled. Referee Jerry Calhoun steps in between them. Try to get Sullivan to keep the fist open. Sullivan, body slam by Dream. Dream going to drop with the arm, but Sullivan moves. Dream has his head running to Wayne Farris's knee in the corner. Dream Machine kicking his way out of the corner, fighting his way out of there. Grabs Farris. And they return the favor on Farris as Bill Dundee's knee was there. Dundee pounding him with the right hand. He's through the ropes. Farris whipped into the ropes. Dundee around behind. Going for a sleeper, looks like. Oh, Sullivan steps in. Jimmy Hart had diverted the referee's attention down the apron about 8 or 10 feet. Count of 2 by Dundee, but Farris able to break it up at the 2 count. Ooh, Dundee came off the rope. Both of them hit the mat. They ran together. Dundee lowered that shoulder. And he knocked Farris down, but also he went down. Here's Sullivan in after a tag. Kevin Sullivan stomping on Bill Dundee. We're 5 minutes into this match. 5 minutes into a championship match. Southern Tag titles on the line. Overall time limit on it, 1 hour. Ooh, Dundee popped into the ring post.
Referee Jerry Calhoun about to send the challengers to the dressing room with a disqualification, Dave. Fighting out on the floor.
Dundee back in the ring, Farris in the ring, Sullivan up on the apron, Dream Machine on the apron. Dundee drives Farris to the mat. Cheap shot, Jimmy Hart says. I think Mr. Hart would have to be a matter of opinion. Farris hanging back in the corner. Dream Machine springs him loose, whips him into the turnbuckle. Whoa! Farris was gone when Dream got there. Wayne Farris up on the middle rope. Drops down with a forearm. Cover. One. Bill Dundee. Ooh, he just drove him off of there. Sullivan working on the Dream Machine. 6 minutes gone. Sullivan on the mat. Tag had been made. The referee doesn't start the count. Farris, legal man in the ring. Dream Machine losing the right. Farris got him back on the rope. Ooh. Dream Machine. Well, turnabout fair play. There's a tag on Dundee. Here comes the superstar. Whoa. Woo-hoo. Dundee with a kick. Oh. Cover. 1, 2. And Kevin Sullivan breaks it up. If it hadn't been for Sullivan, I think Dundee very well may have had himself a pin and a win there.
Oh, beautiful.
Dundee follows him in the corner. Monkey flips Farris out of there. Back to the center of the ring. Farris on his feet falls to the corner. Dundee going to whip him. He's reversed. Farris, whoa. Farris jumps into that corner feet first, and that's the way he's hanging there. Feet up in the air.
What a blistering pace, Dave. Unbelievable.
We're at 8 minutes. 8 minutes gone in this championship match. Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine have their Southern Tag Team Championship belts on the line against Wayne Farris and Kevin Sullivan. Farris, right fist. Caught Dundee right on the jaw with it. There's cover. Down at 2, Dream Machine saves the day for his team. Crowd chanting, "Go, Bill, go." Bill up in the air, suplex by Wayne Farris. That brought Jimmy Hart out of his chair with a cheer. But the Dream Machine is able to get there and prevent the count from starting. Count 2, but Dundee breaks it at the 2 count. That was 2.5. Awful close to a pin here. Wayne Farris tags out Kevin Sullivan. Whips Bill Dundee into the rope. Got him in a bear hug. Sullivan, for the second time in the match, has gotten a bear hug on Bill Dundee. Dundee nailed him with a fist. That stopped it, but Billy starting for the corner, and he still has not been able to get there to tag the Dream Machine. Farris with a cover. A 2 count. Dream is close enough to break that one up.
Farris, while Sullivan had him, was over here saying, "We got it, we got it." Ooh, what a backdrop.
Bill Dundee, been in there a long time, counts at 2, but Dream Machine again able to break it up. Now 1, 2, Dundee. 2 count again. Third time in 30 seconds. Bill Dundee was able to break it at the count of 2. Farris presses it down to the mat. 2. Dundee, the last ounce of strength he had, apparently. But boy, he stopped it at the 2 count. He has been so close to a pin. He hooks Farris down. 1, 2. He went for the small package, but could only get a 2 count on Wayne Farris. Here comes Sullivan. 13 minutes gone. Dundee. Oh, he has really taken a beating the last 4 or 5 minutes. Count of 2 by Kevin Sullivan. 1, 2. Oh, Dundee still Able to get that shoulder up before the third count falls.
Hart screaming at the referee, wasn't counting fast enough.
Farris pounded Dundee. Makes the tag. Dundee collapses under the middle rope. Sullivan sitting down on the back. Dundee trying to fight back. Oh. Dundee knocked to the mat. 1, 2. He breaks it at the 2 count. Sullivan thrown into the rope, under the rope. Dundee crawling toward the corner, but Wayne Farris grabs him.
Farris not being the legal man in the ring.
Right. But he did accomplish his purpose. He kept Bill Dundee from making a legal tag on the Dream Machine. Dundee tied up in the ropes, and Kevin Sullivan taking advantage of the opportunity. Fire that right hand at him. Dundee,
What a barn burner.
boy, he found the second wind. There's something, and here he comes. This double pounding Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan drops to the mat. Jimmy Hart pulls the ropes down, and Dundee goes out of the ring onto the floor. Dream Machine working on Farris. Referees trying to get the Dream Machine back outside and Farris outside. Down on the floor, Bill Dundee. Referee Jerry Calhoun counting him. Counts at 5. Dundee struggling. He's got one hand on the apron. Counts at 7. Counts at 8. Dundee up on the apron. 9 count through the rope. Sullivan. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Kevin Sullivan got the 3 count on Bill Dundee. And we have ourselves at least a minor upset here. Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Farris have just taken the Southern Tag titles from Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine. They did it with the assistance.
Yeah.
They did it with the assistance of Jimmy Hart.
Latham is going to be starting, and across the ring, let's see whether it'll be veteran Tony Charles. Yeah, Tony is going to get off and run into with a opener. Bell time, and here we go. There he is. You look at that little infectious grin on the Welshman's face, and he is something else. And he is also something else with those wrestling moves. Hooks that arm, takes Latham right over and down. Latham goes for a top wrist lock. But Tony just converts it immediately. Headlocks him, mirrors him right over, and springs a leg on Larry Latham. Tag Wayne Farris into the ring. Tony Charles eyes up with him. And right away, Tony hooked underneath him and took him over. Keep your eye on Mr. Charles, one of the real masters. You see a good move, double leg dive, took him forward, jumps over, covers for 1, and that's about it. But you gotta wonder what hits you when that Tony Charles starts moving with those moves and counter moves on you. Something else. Tag out. Latham gonna try it again. And to the top and down. Tony takes it to the outside with the hand, bends it back right at the wrist. Tommy Gilbert Jr., partner of Tony Charles, standing outside waiting for whatever help he can be to Tony. And here comes Wayne Farris. Farris taken right over as Charles got that wrist in a leverage position and really just backed him down with it. He was going for a wrist lock right there. Farris moved to him. But look at that. He spins him over one. Ooh. So quick.
Tony, one of the finest wrestlers with a counter move that you will find anywhere. It's tough to set up on a hold and keep it on Tony Charles for long.
And Latham being wound up right down into the jackknife one. But that's all it is. He couldn't get the 3 out of him. Latham squirmed, kicked, and fought his way out of it at 1 1/4, really. Tony behind with the full Nelson. Takes him around and over the shoulder. Chin locks him. Hanging with that reverse face lock on Larry Latham. Close to his own corner in the event he should elect the tag out. Covers Latham once, but Latham slugs him with both arms going straight up and gets himself out of that count. Hip toss as he locked Charles, and Tony kicks out right away. Tag on Wayne Farris. And moving in and out pretty good, Farris and Latham. And as he comes in, a big bar from Tony. Look at that. What that leg did he take him over? Hope you got a good look at that one. Classic move. There's Farris. Didn't like it at all. Leg dive, single.
We're 3.5 minutes into the action.
He's kind of giving the young fella in the corner there kind of a clinical lesson there. Take a look at this, man, because he's showing him the way to do it.
Well, that is great experience in itself for Tommy Gilbert Jr. If he just watches those moves of Tony Charles, he's got to learn.
Get that right. Tony takes it over and turns it over to the young guy. Drops down with a lower leg on Wayne Farris. Springs it. He learns something.
Yes, he did.
Hooks that leg up, moves in on him. Gotta watch yourself here. That other leg can kick you right in the mouth before you know what's happening. He grabbed tights that time, and look at that. Young Tommy, eager boy, if nothing else, he really will stay on top of you. He went for him and kept him from getting to the corner. Tags Tony. And Charles back into work. Takes the toe inside. Wayne Farris on the deck. Tony with it inside. Provides the leverage on his own arms as he brings the toe inside in there and makes Farris squirm. Drops with the lower leg. Once again, hooks it up and goes inside with it. He's got his right arm up under the leg, you notice, where he can get a lot of leverage. Tony! And once again, boy, he sprung it good. The bottom of the ring.
Sprung the ring.
Fell out right there. Tags Tommy Gilbert Jr. Tommy! He had it on him. Once again, Farris tried to get away and go to the corner by using the tights. Young Tommy just stayed right after him. Now Farris goes for the hair. Latham came through. Couldn't have gotten the tag if he had to. But he's back to the corner, and that's going to be a tag on the fresher man, Latham. Nice single leg dive. Young Tommy really goes after it. Boy, he's in great shape, and he is eager, eager, eager. That coupled with inexperience will sometimes get you in a little bit of trouble. Latham grabs him, manhandles him out, but look at him just stay right after that leg. Talk about that proverbial bulldog staying on your pant leg. That's what Tommy Jr. is doing right now.
He is
just
indeed.
Won't give up.
He's hanging in there. We're almost 6.5 minutes into a one-fall 15-minute time limit match.
6.5 minutes down the pike, and we still have 9.5 minutes to go. No, let's make it 8.5 minutes to go. Young Tommy staying on it. Tony very pleased with the way the young fella is just staying right after Latham. He's made a mistake or two in here, but he covers up for him by that eagerness, man. He just is very, very determined. He's going to be a good one. With that single leg dive again, he takes him over and down. Picks it right up. Drops with the lower leg. Latham working his way back toward the corner, tags Farris. Woo! Farris, he didn't break quick enough. Farris got him from behind.
That's where the inexperience you were talking about came in. And Farris really unloaded on him.
He's taking advantage of it, too. And Farris, who picked up a lot of experience himself on his Gulf Coast and Bahamas tour, hanging with that reverse face lock very hard on young Tommy. He's out in the center of the ring. He's hanging in there, but Farris really applying a pressure on him. Referee checking to be sure that that arm is up on the chin. Satisfied that it is, apparently. And he takes Farris over. Good move, but he can't get to the corner. Farris really waylaid him. Caught him with an uppercut on his forearm. Slams him into Latham. Turns it over to Larry.
8 minutes gone. 7 minutes left to wrestle.
At the 8-minute mark, Tommy Jr. in trouble. And he is being held over near the Latham-Farris corner. Latham surfboards his arms back, plants that head in the middle, squeezing to take the strength out of him. Now with his knee down there, Tommy Jr. hanging in there. He's not likely to give it up right this minute. Boy, he is tenacious in that respect, too. A lot like his dad. Yeah. Too far away to be able to tag partner Tony Charles, and Latham wants to keep it that way. Trying to work his way out. And as the referee was running Wayne Farris back to the corner, Latham reached up, grabbed the hair, and saved it as Tommy Jr. was airplaning out of that arm problem. Latham still with those arms pulled up behind, and now Tommy Jr. starting to spin on it. Doing everything. He's giving away weight, but he's still trying to force the arms over. Also, Farris runs up the line, and they're tag, and Wayne Farris takes over from behind. Nels Tommy Jr. as he was in a position to come out of it. He is being pounded right now by Latham and Farris.
10-minute mark has just gone by. We have 5 minutes left.
5 minutes to go. 10 down and 5 minutes to go. Wayne Farris using his height to really pull those arms back. Tommy Jr. hanging in everything he has, and boy, it takes a lot to hang in when somebody's about to put your shoulder blades together backward. And a good move. Got out of it. Couldn't get to the corner, though. Farris right on top of it. Latham back behind again. Boy, don't you know those shoulder blades got to be so sore. Where they have just been working on that. They could get a submission out of this. You keep it up long enough. A guy can only take so much. But young Tommy really hanging tight. Tony rooting him on from the corner, but he just can't do any more than that. He can't reach him. They've kept him away from that corner. Latham still hanging it. Tommy trying to spin out of it. He's closer to the corner. If he could just get a hand free now. Here comes Farris. Nails him from behind it. Tony took all he could. He goes after Farris. Referee trying to break him up, and Farris outside the ring. The referee runs Tony out. Meanwhile, Latham still hanging in there. Got those arms pulled right up behind. We're running out of time on this bout.
12 minutes gone. That leaves 3 minutes in the time limit.
3 minutes left in the time period as Wayne Farris now takes over on Tommy Gilbert Jr., who is trying his best to do the smart thing, and that's get to his corner. He needs to get out of there. And Farris grabs him by the hair and just jerks him back. So determined, Gilbert is. He kept working his way to the corner. And Farris finally just jerked him right off his feet, and Latham takes over. It's a 1-fall, 15-minute time limit bout.
It's been good strategy by Latham and Farris. They were able to get Tommy Jr. in there, and they have kept him tied up for several minutes away from the tag on Tony Charles.
He goes.
Didn't get it, though.
Couldn't make it to the corner, no, sir.
There are now 2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
At the 13-minute mark, Latham and Farris content to work on young Tommy Jr. But I'll tell you, they're not any closer to a pin because they haven't tried for one. And Tommy Jr. just determined he's not going to give it up. He keeps battling with them, and they're not too far from the time limit. Gilbert loose, tags Tony Charles. Here comes the Welshman. Beautiful block. Oh, again. 4 in a row for Tony Charles. Smacks them together. Tony gets rid of one of them. He throws Farris out of there, leaving Latham inside. Puts the shoulder to him.
1 minute.
We're at the 60-second remaining mark. 1 minute.
Oh.
Wayne Farris pulled a rope down as Charles was going to take the spring, and he went right through the opening of the rope as Tony was going to take it on his back, come flying into Latham. Double clothesline on Tommy Jr., but our time is running down to the wire.
30 seconds.
Farris back in.
Tony's knee is hurt.
And they're double teaming Tommy Jr. and Tony hurt his knee. He may have hit that strut that stuck out. It fell out earlier. And Tony may have hit it right on the kneecap when Farris pulled the rope down.
10 seconds.
We're only 10 seconds away. As Tommy Jr. and they're taking the punishment. Here comes his dad. Well, the time had run out. The referee signaled for the bell to be rung, but I think the time had already rung out, and out of there they go.
I just had Tony Charles and Eddie Gilbert caught outside interference.
Well, okay, that's the decision from referee Paul Morton. There is one of those situations, Dave, where I think it was in the process where I was just getting ready to ring the bell on it, where the time might have been out. So
I think Tommy hit the ring just about 2 seconds before the time limit would have expired anyway. So
Tommy Gilbert in there to when his son caught in between Farris and Latham, and they were really working him over. Tony, as Farris pulled that down, I don't know, it very well could have been the ring support that was knocked down earlier is sticking out about 1.5 feet below the ring. And when Tony flipped out of that ring, his knee may very well have come right down on that ring support. And Tony was unable to get back in the ring. And they were working over young Tommy, and that signaled for his dad to come flying out there and see if he couldn't help him out, because it was certainly an unfair situation with a 2-on-1 thing in there. So, officially, it is going to be a win for Latham and Farris on a disqualification. We've got more wrestling action, and we'll be back to it in just a moment. Now, okay. Dave and I was just telling Dave about the videotape that we're about to take a look at. It took place in Tupelo, Mississippi, in the sports arena, and we have seen innumerable rugged action brawls down there in the sports arena. This particular one involved the Blonde Bombers, Wayne Farris and Larry Latham, going against the Gibsons, Rick and Robert. And it is not one that I am proud of in terms of professional wrestling. Well, the action speaks for itself. We'll let you take a look at it right now. Rick taking a terrific beating. Farris, Latham have already lost the bout in 14:33 on a disqualification. Robert Gibson is handcuffed, courtesy of Danny Davis, to that rope. And they are just beating the fire out of Rick. Robert can't do a thing about it. Can hardly defend himself as Latham beats him. Boy, Rick covered with blood as his face has been punched around by these bombers. Referee trying to get them separated. He'll get one out of there, but there's three of them. And Rick Gibson doesn't have a chance against these guys. The referee over now, while Latham drops down and nails Rick. They're hollering for some help. Davis, thrilled. Look at Robert swinging the cuffs up and down the ropes. Davis kicks him from behind, and Robert cannot get loose. Trying to get out there to help his brother. Rick firing. Davis comes back at him, and Rick puts him down. But look at Gibson. Boy, he's in trouble. Rick Gibson going after the Bombers. Behind a concession stand at the Tupelo Sports Arena, Larry Latham, Wayne Farris, Danny Davis pounding on Rick Gibson. Robert still handcuffed to the ring rope, and Gibson being slammed around. Referee Paul Morton trying to break it up, but the Bombers see a chance to 3-on-1 Rick Gibson. Latham breaks the broom over the back of Gibson. While Farris holds him, Latham again with that broom. He whacks it. And Rick Gibson taking a tremendous amount of punishment from the Blonde Bombers. Yeah, can't they get somebody out here? Yeah, Herman, see if... They had busted Rick open in the ring. Danny Davis, the Bombers, just pounding on it. And they got... Did somebody get him loose? Yeah, here comes Robert. He still has